What's going on there, YouTube, and welcome back to another comic book video. This is the channel where we sit down and cover different comic book stories from different comic book companies. Today, we're going to jump back over to DC Comics and cover DC New Frontier Wonder Woman issue number 770 and 771. The reason why, because you guys have been asking me to cover some current comic book storylines. Well, here we are. This is the current story going on in DC New Frontier when it comes to Wonder Woman. Now, this is on the first two chapters of her latest story. But if you do like today's comic book video, please hit that like button down below and also subscribe to the channel for more content to come in the near future. Also, any suggestions on books I should read, please let me know in the comments below, because you never know, your suggestion could be a future video down the road. But I do hope you enjoy today's video. Now, to begin this video, we pick up with Wonder Woman waking up in the middle of a battle happening around her, where she's confronted by a character named Siegfried, and apparently she is in Asgard. This is huge because Wonder Woman never truly dealt with anyone from Asgard before, or well, really not in a long time. She really hasn't been to Asgard before from my knowledge. The thing is, she has no idea how she got here, but Siegfried tells her she is in the Asgardian afterlife. Of course, that means Valhalla, meaning that Wonder Woman somehow came here to this afterlife. He tells her in the afterlife, people even die in the afterlife, but of course, they are brought back to life the next day, and they celebrate in the main hall. Right after he explains that to Wonder Woman, she is killed from a blow from one of the enemies, letting her experience the cycle of death in the afterlife. Now, while she's in the process of being reborn again, that is when she is greeted by someone in her dreams, telling her that she should not be there, that her being there is all wrong, and this person talks about her powers. Before she is able to see who it is, she wakes up alive again in the mess hall with the other warriors celebrating. She is also confronted by Siegfried again. With him being there, he is making it seem like everything is normal again. So with her being with him, they do build this bond, and she continues to celebrate with the rest of the warriors who have died and came to Valhalla. With partying going on, she even kisses Siegfried. Then once again, a small glimpse of someone talking to her from deep in her mind is telling her again how her being here is wrong. Yes, this place may seem great, but she is not supposed to be here at all. She needs to figure out how to leave, but she continues to party so much she passes out and wakes up the next day confronted by Siegfried. This is the point where she decides that she should go on a walk to have a look around the area that she has been teleported to. When she gets outside, we establish that the more she tries to think of her past life, the harder it is for her to remember. This includes how her powers work. She knows that she was a warrior and that is it. Where we proceed on to her just learning more of the land that she has been transported to. When she is able to get some idea of her way around this new land to her, she is greeted by a squirrel. The squirrel can actually speak and tells her to follow him or her, and apparently it needs Wonder Woman's help. Now, this is where I'm going to butcher a lot of names, so please forgive me. The squirrel name is actually Ratatusk, and we are establishing that Ratatusk needs Diana's help because Yggdrasil, the World Tree, is dying. The World Tree was able to tell Ratatusk about its current state, telling him to find someone to help, which of course is going to be Diana. Now, she does agree to help out, but right after agreeing to help, Diana hears the war horn, meaning that she must leave because the daily war is about to happen, part of the dying and being reborn again in Valhalla. Of course, when she gets back to the camp before the big battle, she is once again greeted by Siegfried, where of course they talk about weapons, life, and other stuff that is not important to me in this section. What is important is that Diana gets to see Thor for the first time, and he has already begun battling against the enemy. So that means that her and Siegfried have to hurry up and join the battle. Just like the last time when she was fighting in the battle, she gets stabbed from behind once again, which of course begins the process of the whole dying and coming back to life again in Valhalla, telling Siegfried she will see him back at the mess hall. Now, just like last time, when she goes through the death and reborn process, she gets talked to by someone in her mind, who reminds her that she's an Olympian, not an Asgardian, meaning that she does not belong there. But when she wakes up, she forgets that and begins to look for Siegfried, where she comes to find out that he is nowhere to be found. She goes around the mess hall to ask about him, but no one has heard of him, doubling on the fact that Valhalla is not that big. There is no way he should not be found, which does lead into her finding him, but when she does, she finds him dead on the ground. That is huge, because the whole part of Valhalla is that you die and come back to life again. Well, you have Ratatosk appear and tell her that the Valkyries never came to take his soul to help him move on, because the Valkyries are missing. Of course, Wonder Woman wants to help save the World Tree more, because if she does, maybe that will bring the Valkyries back and Siegfried. Then you have Siegfried try to talk to Diana, but his body slowly disappears, which makes her want to help even more now. She goes to Thor thinking that Thor will help, because he should realize that people are disappearing left and right, including Siegfried. He should realize that something is going on. But then you have Thor tell Wonder Woman that he does not care, that gods do not try to fix Valkyrie issues. So he knows that the Valkyries are missing, but he thinks maybe it is just Siegfried who did something to make them angry. He proceeds to say that something like that should be handled by his father, Odin, meaning that he is not going to help her, and warns her that she should not trust Ratatosk. So she leaves and goes to meet up with Ratatosk again, who tells her about meeting up with the dwarves, the ones who make the weapons for the warriors, hoping to find some form of clue there. But you have Ratatosk warn her about the elves. Before she can ask why they have reached the cave, they do get attacked by some of the merc elves, the ones she was warned about, which of course begins the process of her fighting against them. With her fighting against these guys, you would think that she would be able to take these guys down pretty easy. Sadly, she is struggling to fight against them and gets crushed by a boulder. While she may be knocked out or in limbo between life and death, she is greeted by this mysterious character again, telling her Olympus should be her main concern, not Asgard. She tells him that he must help, but he responds that she is wasting time here. Then when she comes back, she is able to beat the rest of the elves and move into the cave. This leads into a big moment, because we see her going down the cave to be confronted by Dr. Psycho. He was once a psychologist who was often mocked and ridiculed by his peers for his studies in psionics and the power of the mind. The question is, why is he here in Asgard? He tells her that he is an astral projection of himself, that he is the dwarf that is hiding here on Asgard that has been making weapons, where through Diana's skills of interrogating him by using a rope, she finds out that he made the weapons to build a psychic bond with the people who are using his weapons, except that he has no idea about the Valkyries, so she leaves. Before she left, Dr. Psycho told her to find the serpent, Nidhogg, and I know I just butchered that name as well. That is when she goes down deeper to the cave, where she talks to Ratatosk about Dr. Psycho, how she remembers his name, him being a pain in her butt, but she does not know how she remembers that. That's when she tries to remember, her mind gets a little foggy. Then she trips on a rock, and this is the moment she falls right in the front of the person she was supposed to find. The person being Nidhogg, the world serpent. Dr. Psycho also told her that he may have some kind of key, a key that will lead into the Valkyrie's fortress, but you have Nidhogg tell her that the key is inside of him. He agrees that he won't eat her, only if she gives him an eagle egg. So now her and Ratatosk leave to find an egg. So while she is climbing up to get to the eagle nest, this is the moment you have Diana meet Odin, the father of Thor, except this is not an Odin where you would usually think of. He even says that he sacrificed himself for knowledge. This is a different kind of Odin, who is more wise and speaks differently too. You have Wonder Woman trying to tell him what is going on in Valhalla, and that his son Thor does not care, where he points out that she has to figure it out and leaves. She yells at him that she does not understand, but he responds saying she will soon. Then she finds an eagle nest where she thinks that she may have to fight this gigantic eagle for an egg, where the eagle tells Ratatosk that a friend told her that she was coming and it is okay with giving an egg. The question is, who is that friend? But she takes the egg and leaves, which she does slide down the tree, and when she does, her and Ratatosk talk about a secret plan, where she is going to hide inside the egg and let Nidhogg eat her. That the shell of the egg should protect her and give her the chance to find the key. Now, Ratatosk does mention that he is great at tricks, and I want you guys and myself to focus on that. Now at the end of this video, we get one more page to close on a cliffhanger, where we see Nidhogg eat the egg, which of course Wonder Woman is inside, except he speaks about how with him eating the egg, he tells Ratatosk to go tell the eagle it is almost time for him to show Asgard his hunger, meaning that he's going to attack soon, most likely in the next video. So this is where we are going to end today's video, so please hit that like button down below and also subscribe to the channel for more content to come in the near future. Also, any suggestions on books I should read, please let me know in the comments below, because you never know, your suggestion could be a future video down the road. But I do hope you enjoyed today's video. See y'all next time, guys. Later.